Hi everybody, so hopefully I am live. I'm not the world's best at technology, but I definitely try my hardest. So good afternoon, happy Monday everybody. Happy Monday to my Cosmoprof family. Good day to you. Can you believe it's September? It's craziness. And also I'd like to extend an extended welcome to my Wella family as well. So I'm going to give you an idea of what we're going to be seeing this next short time together. And actually, I am just getting everything situated here. I've got all my colours mixed up. So I'm going to be sharing with you about the Bellini shades. So the Bellini shades are 4 new shades from Colour Touch, Wella's Colour Touch. And Colour Touch is a demi-permanent hair colour. So what I've done is I've got myself some sort of live, well, as live as they could be during COVID. These are my new 3-legged mannequins, 3-legged models. You know, blessed and grateful to have mannequins, I really am. And I just wanted to share with you the befores and afters. So this is one before and her hair colour after, and then I have a second one. This is the after and this is the before. So this is the first time Sonya Dove has ever done 2 techniques. These are unique techniques. I've never shared these before. They have not been shared with anybody, and I'm going to share them with you. They're express techniques, because the reality is, excuse me, I dropped my glove. The reality is that when we're in the salon now, with all of the new COVID, let's say, things that we have to do, we have to come up with really quick techniques, because we can only spend a certain amount of time with one person. We can't double book anymore. So these are express services. They come from a place of minimal placement for maximum effect. So I am going to be going ahead and get into the techniques. Let me alter my screen to make sure you can see everything. Now, on here, I also have a great team of people. In fact, that mannequin stand, I'm going to swap that around. I have a great team of Wella educators, and they have been kind enough to share this Facebook with me, and they are going to answer questions. Any questions that you have about anything I do, any questions you have about anything, whether it be hairdressing, whether it be Wella, whether it be personal, I'm here for you. So a few times you're going to see my Facebook and Instagram social media handle. You're going to see that on the page, and I'm going to share with you myself. The reason I like to say this is, for any of you that have just joined, it's been quite a difficult time and very sort of on your own time since COVID. And here I am, I'm used to doing shows, talking with people and hugging people after I've seen them and explain my techniques. But it's very, very insular with doing it virtually. It's great. We can do it in the comfort of our own home, but for me, I miss people dreadfully. So let me get myself situated. So technique number 1, just move things around. I'm in a little fairly tight space here. So technique number 1, I am going to give you a real life situation. So I am going to start on this mannequin. This is the before, so you can see the before. I take her off. It's very golden. She has the remainder of end highlights. I wanted to mimic a real situation in the salon, because I love working in the salon. But at the end of summer, this is what we're going to be getting. So ends of highlights on the ends, and then she has lightened hair around the front. You can see highlights. I've previously used Blondor to do this on my mannequin, Blondor Plex. And she's just got highlights at the front and a few highlights on the ends, and the rest of her hair is about a natural level 6. So first things first, I'm going to get my 2 colours. I've got my colours mixed up here in the bowl that I'm going to be using. I am going to be using the first colour in Colour Touch I'm going to be using is the 8/35, a level 8 gold red violet, 835. So that's one colour. And the other colour I'm going to be using on the mannequin is 9/75, a level 9 brunette red violet. So these are the 2 colours I'm using on this mannequin, and the technique I am just going to share with you. Now, I've mixed up my colours, but I've mixed them with 4%. So 4% is the developer or emulsion that I've mixed up with my 2 colours. So this is not 1.9%, I've mixed it with 4%. And many of you are probably wondering why 4%. The reason is, for me, 4% is it bumps the base a little bit, and I do want her base bumping. I'm just lowering the mannequin down here. And also, this client has a little bit of grey hair, few white ones, and she wants some coverage on those white ones. So that is my reason for 4%. I love 4%. And 4%, just to for anyone that's watching that's not a Wella user, it is it's the lovely developer here. I was just going to go and get it. It's in my other room. It is 13 volume. So these are mixed with 4%. So step number 1. First of all, remember, the hair is porous. We've got those highlights in there, and we've got lightened ends. This is where Colour Motion Plus is incredible. So let's grab my Colour Motion Plus. I'm going to put my gloves on first because I'm going to go straight into colouring. And let's pop this on, these on. So this is Colour Motion Plus. This is the pre-colour. This is an incredible product for anywhere where there's lightness. So you can see the lightness there. You just spray it on, and also on the ends. Now my mannequin is damp already because I'm using demi-permanent hair colour, Colour Touch. So I've already got my mannequin dampened, but I'm just going to apply that through only on the porous areas. So those highlights at the front and those highlights on the ends. What this does is it protects the hair. It really, really protects the hair very well. So step number 1, I'm going to be using 8/35, a level 8 gold red violet, and we are simply going to just do a root retouch. So I'm just going to apply it to the roots. Now let's talk about root retouch. I want to at least apply this not to the first 1 inch or the first half an inch. I want to really apply it to a good amount of the roots. So with this technique, I like to apply it at least 2 to 3 inches out. Remember, time is money. It's very, very important. And I am one of these hairdressers. I don't work with assistants. I didn't before, I can't now. But I like to do things in a very simplistic way. Very, very simplistic way. Let's make sure you can see. Let's lower the mannequin down there. So this root retouch is pretty aggressive. It's a good 2 to 3 inches. I want it to look intentional. You want it to really look like this is a root shadow. You don't want someone looking and thinking, is that someone's roots grown out? Do they need their colour doing? No, it is a very intentional root shadow. And what I normally like to do with the root shadows is really make sure I saturate it well and fade it up with the brush. Now, you can fade it up with a comb. Many times I see people use combs and they sort of root drag it up and root drag it down. But for me, the more steps that I do, the more behind I get. So guess what Sonya Dove does? I'm going to show you a little Sonya Dove trick here. I apply it to the root, and then let me turn her around so you can see. I take the brush and I skim it down and out, like flicking it out. Here, down and out, down and out. The reason is, I've got the brush in my hand, so why waste time picking up another tool? So just applying that all over the roots. That's the first part done. I'm just going to apply it just to the back area. And I have a fabulous team of Wella educators that are on this with me, because they are going to be answering any questions. So if you have any questions at all, please go to the chat box and write in your question, because I'll make sure it gets answered. And just so you know, if your question does not get answered by my team, my great Wella team, I want you to know that I am going to be going on this Facebook Live after, and I am going to be answering any questions that were not answered personally myself. I'm just one of those hairdressers. You know, I'm either really good at working and getting on with it, or what I do is I find it very, very difficult to sort of get back to people, put my glasses on, read the questions, and so on and so on. I'm just not that great a person at doing that. It's not one of my best attributes, let's say that. So you see, we can get a nice, good root retouch on. So next thing, keep that bowl. Let's put her hair out of the way. This is the hair that's done. Keep that bowl, the 8/3/5, because now the next stage is coming. So we're all together on this one. So all we have done is applied our 8/3/5 and 4% colour touch to the new growth area, the first 2 to 3 inches. Now I have, in my next bowl, I have 9/7/5, a level 9 brunette red violet. So that is also with 4%. This is where the fun starts. So I'm going to share with you a picture. And this picture is the head sheet of what we're going to do. So if you've got your phones or anything, take your phones out. This is the head sheet of the technique. So this is technique number 1 using the Bellini shades, and I'm only using 2 shades. So you see it's got circle, you see it's got sections, 1, 2, 3. Very simple, 3 sections. Imagine my mannequin is like a bullseye. So you're looking on the top. All we're going to do is a circle, another circle, and another circle. Now, because I've got my mannequin already done on one side, this is done. So I take her, let's see if we can lean her in a little. There we go. So, colour number 1 is the top circle. So we're going to concentrate on the top circle. And when I say the top circle, it is this circle here. Very quick and easy. I don't use a tail comb. I use the end of my working brush. That saves time. So I'm going to take a circle out, big circle, more towards the back and lesser towards the front. So let's grab that, and hopefully you can see that. Let's make sure you can, because I don't want any hopefully. So we have taken a circular shape out on one side. Now, if you were doing the whole head, this semicircular shape would go all the way around. So you'd be going all the way around, like a circle, like a little hat on the top of the head. So section number 1, I'm going to apply my 8-3-5, the same colour all the way through to the mid-lengths and ends of the hair. So as I'm applying this, this is very straightforward. This is still colour number 1, the 8-3-5, and what's really important here, really use your hand like a board and work that colour in. Because what we're doing, we are deepening down our client, our summer look client, for a new fall look. And if the hair isn't fully saturated with colour, you will have pockets and areas that are dry, and it will not process well, and it will process unevenly. So taking that section, I'm going to let's turn the mannequin round. All I do with that, I'm just twisting it and laying it down. Section number 1. Section number 2. If you wish to wipe your hands, you can, which I like to. Section number 2, we are now using our 9-stroke 7-5. So I get it on my brush, and now I'm doing my next circle around. Next circle. Remember, this circle would be all the way round if you were doing it fully. And now I apply the 9-stroke 7-5 from where I last finished my root colour, which was the 8-stroke 3-5. Make sure you really get that blended in. Very, very important, no dry hair. Work that through. Use your hand. Really massage that colour in. That's what's so great about Colour Touch. It's the consistency is very creamy, very, very light, and it really goes through to the ends so, so well. So section number 2, make sure I've got that worked in. Got that worked in, work it through, and then I just twist that section. So that's section number 2. Now, because the lightest colour is on my hands, and my next colour is back to the 8-stroke 3-5, I don't really need to wipe my hands. It saves time, and it just saves precious minutes. So now I'm back to my 8-stroke 3-5. I make my next semicircle all the way up to here. And I'm just going to apply my colour 8-stroke 3-5, which is the same as the base colour. Really, really working that in all the way through. And this is where I love the Colour Motion Plus, the Colour Protect, because if there are any areas in my guest's hair that are dry, it will really, really help it such a lot. Because Colour Motion is our new range of shampoos, masks, scalp protect. There's so many different things. And what it's perfect for is colour treated hair, because it lasts up to 8 weeks longer, the colour will, and you'll really find that. I found that myself. The hair is much stronger, so it strengthens the hair. It not only protects the hair, it's like, we call it the power of 3. It protects the hair, it strengthens the hair, and it adds unbelievable shine. So everything in Colour Motion Plus is really adheres to that. So we've got our 8-stroke 3-5 from scalp to ends, our 8-stroke 3-5 at the root with 9-stroke 7-5 on the mid-lengths and ends, just 8-stroke 3-5 at the roots and ends, And now my last section, very simple, the 9/75. And the reason is you want the lightest colour to be near the face, around the front of the face. And that's how come I got this lovely sort of lightness around the face. Now, I do have barrier cream. I use barrier cream. I use actually Stain Guard from Wella service. And just applying that through, really working that in. And then making sure that it's fully saturated. And then I'm going to take the hair, work it in, and then twist it away from the face. So take that away from the face. So only 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I would normally do it all over. I'd be doing circles, just like a dartboard. Has anyone ever played darts? Just like a dartboard, circles on the hair, but the root is always the 8/35. So that's colour technique number 1. And I'm just going to wipe my hands before I go on to my next mannequin. Are there any questions at all? I'm just giving you the opportunity to write in the chat box because my lovely team are answering there. So this is just to recap. If you're looking on the top of the head down, it would be the 8/35 scalp to ends, 8/35 roots, plus 9/75 mid-lengths and ends, 8/35 all the way through. And the very front section, this section, 8/35 at the root and 9/75 on the ends. And I'll post these pictures up in the chat as well to really make sure for anyone that's just joining us. So technique number 1, out of the way. And look at that beautiful rosy colour. I love these tones. That's, you know what, I'm going to give it a Sonya Dove name. Let me put this down some here. I am going to give it the name of Rose Blonde. And Rose Blonde to me is the perfect tonal description for these new colours because they're not blonde, they're not brown, so hence blonde, B-R-O-N-D-E. So beautiful tones. Now let's get on to our next 2 colours, some favourites of mine. Some coppers in there. So the next 2 colours I'm going to be using, let's put this down here. Gosh, where are those days of assistance? Oh dear. Yes, no assistance, it's all on our own. So the next 2 colours I'm going to be using are 10/34, a level 10 gold red. I'm just mixing it here. Now this is mixed with 1.9%. Now when I mix my emulsions with Colour Touch, I always do double. So this is 10/34, 20 grams, and of 10/34, a level 10 gold red, and I mixed it with 20. So I've got 10 grams. I've got 20 grams of the 10/34, then I mixed it with 40 grams of 1.9%. And this is my 1.9% here, or 6 volume. So now we're shifting gears, and I'm going into 1.9%. The other colour I'm mixing up here, because I just measured it, but it needs to be mixed, is 8/41. Oh my gosh, I love 8/41. It is a level 8 red ash. And what's so great about 8/41, when people say red ash, it's like, oh gosh, I can't imagine an ash red. But it's this beautiful muted red. It's got a sort of an oldie worldy feel to it, like a dusty look to it. So this is my starting point. So this is my mannequin before. This is my mannequin after. I'm just going to take my comb and just comb it through. She's got lots of lovely dimension in there. You can see that deeper root in there. That's the 8-stroke-4-1. And this is a different technique than I've just shown you, something completely different. Again, express techniques do not take long to do. So before and after. So let's go through this technique. Look at those beautiful tones. They're perfect for fall. They really are. So first things first with this one. I am using a large brush, my Wella large brush, and I start off with, again, doing a root shadow. So all over, we do an intentional root shadow. So basically a repeat of what you saw me do on the other mannequin, but the technique is very, very different. So root shadow, make it at least 2 to 3 inches. Now, if the client wants less of a root shadow at the front and wants it more sort of less rooty at the front and more rooty at the back, which I do many, many times, you can custom do this technique. You really can. So you can make the roots very small at the front, and you can make it deeper and bigger as you go further back. So that is personal preference. That's your choice. That's up to you entirely. I see why I like the big brush, those roots, that root shadow or depth at the roots, so quick and easy to go on with a large brush. And to be honest, your tools are key. They really are. And I find when I work in the salon that I don't like to pick up new fresh tools too often, because every time I do that, time is money and speed, and we have to really get things going quickly. That's why I like to just use the end of my brush, and you're going to see a little trick that I'm going to share with you in a second when I do this, because this technique is foiling. So it's all about using foils. The other technique was more organic, using the hands. This technique is foiling. So I'm just going to add on, just do the roots. You see here, quite big, at least 2 to 3 inches. Now, I previously, to save time, I used the Colour Motion Plus pre-colour, which was that wonderful bottle, this, because all of their hair, all of my mannequin's hair is porous, so I pre-sprayed that on her hair all over, pretty liberally, because I wanted to protect that blonde hair, because she's been blonde during the summer, and now she's going to go darker for the fall. I want to make sure she's got nice, shiny, shiny hair. Okay, so we've applied our roots there. So this is where the fun begins. Just double checking myself, making sure everything's done. So to recap, for anyone that's just joined, I have applied Colour Touch, Wella's Demi-Permanent Colour, 8-stroke-4-1 at the new growth area on the first 2 to 3 inches of the hair. So let's get rid of the colour that I've done. Now the fun starts. And the reason the face looks shiny is I have got a protector on for the skin for my mannequin, and I would also do that in the salon. So 8-stroke-4-1 with double 1.9% is now applied. So get your foils ready. We are going to alternate 2 colours. It's going to be the 8-stroke-4-1 is one colour, and we're going to add a new shade, 10-stroke-3-4 from Colour Touch, a level 10 gold red. I've got it on my hair and I love it. And this is all that we're going to do. So it doesn't matter which way you do this. You're going to do alternating weaves. So I take a big section, very big section of hair like this. Okay, see what I do? I use the end of my tint brush to save time. And what I'm going to do now, we're going to weave, do a chunky weave of the hair, okay, with the end of the comb. I'm going to take this, and this is my top section. I am going to be using, I'm going to be using a foil, and I am applying my 10-stroke 3/4, a level 10 gold red from the root area all the way out to the ends. Really, really push that product in. These are big sections. Remember, time is money, so I like to work in big sections and very quickly. So just got my colour applied there. Need some more there. So this is one foil. I fold it up, and then you can fold it up again. If you want to fold it, you can. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. It depends what time your next client is in. Isn't that the truth? That's one colour. And then I pick up the other pieces, the rest of the weave, which is here and here. That's my other part of the weave, and I use a different coloured foil, and I apply my deeper colour, which is the 8-stroke 4/1. So let's put it this way. The 10-stroke 3/4 is in the green foil, and the 8-stroke 4/1 is in the blue foil. Fold it up, fold it up. If you want to get your comb out to turn the edges, that's great. Doesn't matter. I put those out of the way. Let me clip them out of the way so it's nice and tidy. And then I just do the same. I take a big section and then take the hair, get it all straight. Then I do my weave. The top colour is my green foil, which is the 10-stroke 3/4. So now I'm applying 10-stroke 3/4 from Colour Touch Bellini shades all the way through. Use your, really, really work that product in. That's why I like to use a nice stiff brush. Work that through. Make sure it's blended into that root colour, because there's going to be a transition here. And fold up. Perfect. So that's, and if you want to fold the ends, you can do. It's entirely up to you. I'm trying to get as many techniques in as possible, so I'm working pretty quick. So that's the green. Now, remember, the blue foil, I'm picking up the highlights that were part of that weave. I take that, and now my blue foil is my 8-stroke 4/1. And apply that all the way through. So basically, all it is alternating foils back to back with no hair left out in between. It's alternating foils of two different demi-permanent colours. It is the 8-stroke 4/1 in one foil with 1.9% double, and the 10-stroke 3/4 in the other foil. Fold it up. Maybe I get my little comb to lock those corners in. I want to just check that I'm doing good for time. So there, and now hold those up. Let me get my clippies. Hold that. Okay, next section. You can see it's very quick and easy. weave. See what I do? I use the end of my colour comb to weave. The colour brush, I mean, I beg your pardon. I use the end of the colour brush to weave because I don't like to put my tools down too much. I don't want to pick up a comb. It takes time. So just bring that in. So that's the 8-4-1. I mean, I'm sorry, the 10-3-4. This is the 10-3-4. And then there's my last weave, and that is our 8-4-1. So I still got the back to do. There's there's maybe, let's say, 4 foils to go in the back. But I want to do a time check on myself because I want to chat with you about Colour Motion Plus. And Colour Motion Plus is an incredible care range. I've used it many times on my guests, and they've all given me the same feedback. They've all given me exactly the same feedback, that the hair lasts about 8 weeks longer with colour. The shine is unbelievable, and then also it's strengthened, so it's doing a double whammy. It's helping your guests keep their colour longer, it's giving strength to their hair, and we need that when we're changing from summer colour to fall colour. We really, really do. I am looking to make sure that I'm on time, and I just realised, give me 1 second. Perfect, I have my timer here. Gone are the days of watches. So it's quarter to, so we've got a few more minutes left. So I'm going to quickly recap this. I'm not going to be honest, I'm not going to do the back section, this one, because you can see it's alternating foils. So let's recap this technique. It is 8-4-1 from Colour Touch, the new Bellini shades, mixed with double 1.9%, and that's applied to the roots all over. Then I took a weave, and the top weave from that point out is 10-3-4, a level 10 gold red. So it's like a light level 10 copper. And then the weave underneath is the same as the base colour, the 8-4-1. So a level 10, a level 8, a level 10, a level 8, a level 10, and a level 8. Just alternating. That's why I like my coloured foils. They keep me on track if I get distracted or anything like that. So both the mannequins, they're developing. I'm just going to put one here. The other one is developing as well. So let's talk about taking the colours off. Let me pop it. So I'm going to be using Colour Motion, and Colour Motion Plus is our new care range for colour treated hair, and it's unbelievable. It really is. In fact, one of my favourites I'm just going to share with you in a second is the mask, and the whole range is here. Let me get my part out the way. So this is the whole range here. I've already used the Colour Motion Plus Protect it's the pre-colour that you spray on any areas that are porous. So it's already got that in. Now what I'm going to be doing, once the mannequins are taken, if I use anything to shampoo off any colour, I am going to use my Colour Motion shampoo. That's first, so I'm going to shampoo the colour off with Colour Motion. I use this on all my coloured hair, and then this is such a great time saver. It is the post colour. I'm a big user of post colour. This is 30 seconds. Everyone has 30 seconds at the basin. You just shampoo off, you put the post colour, Colour Motion Plus post colour on, wait 30 seconds. That's nothing. That's like a glance. Wait 30 seconds, rinse it off, and then you can either follow with either the conditioner, Colour Motion Plus conditioner, or you can follow with the mask. But I want to tell you something about the mask. The mask is incredible. It's got the new Wella technology in the mask. So it really, really strengthens and builds the hair. So it protects it from colour, makes it shiny, but it also strengthens. Now, hearing that, only use a small amount, because I first used it on my hair and I've got very, very thin hair, and I used a little bit too much and it was a bit weighted down. So small amount of the mask, Colour Motion Plus mask, but to be honest, I would use small amount of all of the Colour Motion products because they're really, really intense, really intense. What also happens is, with a lot of people don't like to use post colour. I do. Post colour closes the cuticle, and what it does, it optimizes the pH of the hair. So it really brings it back to the pH, and it makes sure there's no oxidization still carrying on, and makes sure that it makes sure that you've got all your colour out. I'm a big lover of the post treatment, and that post colour treatment, and that is only 30 seconds. So I know I've got a few more minutes left. Good. I thought, am I going to be able to get 2 techniques done? But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it because I wanted to share with you things that are simple and things that are easy. So both these techniques, I'm going to be sharing them on the Cosmoprof Facebook, the finished results. I'm going to be sharing on the Cosmoprof Facebook my written technique. This is for this colour. Wait, am I pointing to the right one? No, it's for this colour. Sorry about that. Got everything's back to front. So I'm going to be posting the head sheet as well. I'm going to be answering any questions that were not able to be answered. And the other thing, I wanted to just share my social media, and it is not to get more followers or anything like that. One thing I want to have a little quick word with you about is that it's been quite a lonely time, and I'm used to people, and without this virtual connection, I'd be a mess. I really would be. I want to offer myself out to you. If anyone wants to DM me, whether it's on the techniques, whether it's on Wella Colour, whether it's just for personal chat, or maybe you're having a bad day. We don't all have good days, but maybe you're having a bad day and you have no one to speak to or talk to. Please reach out to me, because I'm there for you. I really am. I got into this business because of people, and it's people that drive me. And any of my Cosmoprof family or anyone in Cosmoprof, please, that offer extends to you as well. Because if Wella hadn't been there for me, all the years I've been with them, and guess what? It's 38 years I've been with Wella, using their colour. I love Wella, and they've been there for me when times that Sonya has not been feeling that great. So I want to be that person for you, because it's important to have an extended community and family outside of your family that you have. So I can see lots of things being written up there by Wella Ed. So I really do want to do a huge shout out to the Wella team. It was just impossible for me to work, answer questions and get things done. I just wanted to make sure I didn't waste any of your time. So check out the new Colour Touch Bellini shades. 2 colours here, 2 colours there. It's so simple, so easy to use, and Colour Motion, you will really, really feel a difference, because that's the way I test anything that Wella comes out with. The guinea pig is me. I try it on myself and on my clients and get feedback from my clients, and then I get my own genuine results, and it's just been an absolute pleasure. I think I have, I've just got a few more minutes actually, and actually I'm going to be rude, but there's a lady called Sarah Tomich, that is everything is okay. Okay, so there's a lady called Sarah that's keeping me on track with my phone, because at the end of the day, it's just me and the setup of lights, and there's no one else to help me. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much, Cosmoprof. I will be answering everything, and have a wonderful week. Try out these new shades. They are amazing. And intermix them and interconnect them yourself. I just did a technique a couple of weeks ago for intercoiffure, and I use all 4 shades and mix them all together. You can create many different shades within this new Bellini family. So thank you, everybody. And any questions about anything at all, DM me. Do not forget Colour Motion Plus. I love it, absolutely love it. It's incredible. And actually, to be honest, most people now have colour treated hair. So I go through so much of the pre-colour, just wetting the hair down, only in the porous areas, combing it through. You can dry it in a little, or you can just go straight ahead, because Colour Touch is on damp hair. If you're using any of our other brands like Illumina or Coliston Perfect, you would need to dry the hair first. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Huge thank you, Wella team. I don't know what I would have done without you. Have a blessed and wonderful week, and live a life of love and compassion for others, and you will get all that love back twofold. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Bye.